A man is standing backstage, moments before giving the most important presentation of his career. 200 people are waiting. His palms are sweaty, his heart races, and, out of nowhere, his stomach twists in knots. He hasn't eaten anything bad, but it feels like something inside him is in full panic mode. He takes a deep breath, trying to calm down, but that uneasy feeling in his gut only grows stronger. Sound familiar? Maybe you've felt it before a big interview, a first date, or even right before you hit send on an important email. That strange sensation in your stomach, the butterflies, the tightness, the waves of anxiety, seems to know what's happening before your brain does. But what if I told you, your gut actually does know? And not just in a poetic, emotional way. Literally, science has discovered that deep inside your digestive system lies an entire network of neurons, so complex that scientists now call it your second brain. Yes, you heard that right. You have a brain in your belly. It's not thinking about taxes or relationships, but it is making real decisions, sending signals, and reacting faster than the brain in your head. It's why you feel emotions in your stomach and why stress, fear, or excitement can make your gut churn. This second brain doesn't just digest food, it influences your mood, your energy, and even the way you think. So the next time your stomach flips before a big moment, don't ignore it. Your gut might be trying to tell you something your brain hasn't caught up with yet. So, what exactly is this second brain hiding inside your belly? Scientists call it the Enteric Nervous System, or ENS for short. It's a vast network of over 100 million neurons woven through the walls of your digestive tract, stretching from your esophagus all the way down to your colon. That's nearly as many neurons as you have in your spinal cord. Think about that for a second. Inside your gut lives a neural powerhouse capable of sensing, reacting, and even communicating on its own. The ENS doesn't write poetry or do math, but it does manage one of the most complex systems in your body, digestion. It tells your muscles when to contract, controls the release of enzymes, detects pain, and manages the timing of everything that happens as food travels through your system. But here's the wild part, it doesn't just take orders from your brain. It actually sends messages to it. Through a superhighway of nerves, especially the vagus nerve, your gut constantly updates your brain on how things are going down there. In fact, about 90% of the information travels upward, from your gut to your brain, not the other way around. That means your belly is constantly influencing how you feel, how you think, and even how you react to the world around you. So the next time you say, I feel it in my gut, it's not just a figure of speech. It's biology in action. Your gut is literally talking to your brain, shaping your emotions, and guiding your decisions, often before you're even aware of it. Now that you know your gut has its own neural network, let's look closer at how this hidden system actually works. Deep within the walls of your intestines lies a complex web of neurons, tiny messengers that constantly fire signals, forming what scientists call the enteric nervous system, or ENS. This network is so intricate that it has its own layers, like the folds of a supercomputer built right into your body. These neurons control every movement of your digestive tract. They tell the muscles when to contract, how fast food should move, and even how much acid to release to break it down. They work automatically, around the clock, without asking for permission from your brain. Even if the main connection between your brain and your gut, the vagus nerve, is cut off, your gut still keeps working. It keeps digesting, processing, and adjusting completely on its own. That's how independent it is. But here's where it gets really fascinating. Communication doesn't just go one way. In fact, around 90% of the messages sent along the vagus nerve actually travel from the gut up to the brain, not the other way around. Your gut is constantly reporting how things are going, whether you're hungry, full, anxious, or calm. It's like an internal news reporter, sending live updates every second. When you're stressed or nervous, your brain fires signals to the gut, tightening the muscles and slowing digestion. That's why people say they have butterflies in their stomach. But the gut also sends signals back, producing chemicals that can affect your emotions, your focus, and even your decision-making. So, in a way, your gut isn't just following orders, it's negotiating with your brain. It's part of a two-way conversation that never stops. And the more scientists study this mysterious relationship, the clearer it becomes. Your gut isn't just a digestive organ, it's a thinking, feeling, communicating system that shapes your experience of the world from the inside out. You might think your emotions start in your brain, that sadness, joy, or anxiety are all born somewhere behind your forehead. But what if I told you that a big part of how you feel actually begins in your gut? Inside your intestines live trillions of microscopic organisms, bacteria, fungi, and viruses, collectively known as the gut microbiome. It sounds creepy, but don't worry. Most of them are your allies. These tiny residents are constantly working, breaking down food, producing vitamins, and, here's the mind-blowing part, manufacturing neurochemicals that directly influence your mood. About 90% of the body's serotonin, the feel-good hormone, is produced in the gut. The same goes for dopamine and GABA, chemicals that help regulate happiness, motivation, and calmness. So yes, the stuff that keeps you emotionally balanced isn't just brewed in your head, it's crafted inside your belly. Scientists have run some fascinating experiments to prove this connection. In one study, researchers transferred gut bacteria from anxious mice into calm ones. What happened next? The calm mice began showing anxious behaviors, as if their personalities had been swapped. That means the gut microbiome can literally change how the brain behaves. And it works the other way too. When you're under chronic stress, your brain releases hormones that alter the gut environment, killing off helpful bacteria and allowing harmful ones to thrive. That imbalance can then send distress signals back to your brain, creating a vicious loop of anxiety, fatigue, and low mood. It's why you might lose your appetite when you're nervous, or crave comfort food when you're sad. Your gut and brain are constantly whispering to each other, adjusting your feelings in real time. So next time you feel down for no obvious reason, maybe it's not all in your head. Maybe it's something happening deep inside, a chemical conversation between your brain and your gut's second brain, shaping how you experience life itself. We've all felt it, that strange pull in your stomach when something just doesn't feel right. You walk into a room, meet someone new, or get offered an opportunity, and before your brain can analyze the facts, your gut whispers, "Don't do it." It's not magic, it's biology. Your gut's second brain, the enteric nervous system, reacts faster than your conscious mind. While your brain is still processing visual cues and body language, your gut has already picked up subtle signals, tone, tension, even the faint scent of stress hormones, and sends a message through the vagus nerve. Warning, something's off. That's your gut instinct. It's your body's internal radar, built from millions of years of survival. Long before humans had language or logic, our ancestors relied on these gut-driven reactions to sense danger, to survive predators, bad food, or in trustworthy situations. And even today, that instinctive system still protects you, quietly operating behind the scenes. But your gut isn't only about fear. Sometimes it nudges you toward something good. That flutter of excitement when you meet someone who feels right, or when an idea just clicks. That's your gut signaling alignment, a physical sense of yes. What's incredible is how accurate this gut compass can be. Studies show that people who trust their gut instincts often make faster, more confident decisions, especially in complex situations where there's no clear answer. It's not guessing, it's your body pulling from stored experiences, sensory cues, and biological feedback to guide your next move. So when people say, follow your gut, it's not just a metaphor. It's real, physiological wisdom, your second brain helping your first one. And the next time you get that uneasy twist or warm rush in your stomach, don't ignore it. Because your gut might know something your brain hasn't quite figured out yet. Now, here's where things get really fascinating, and a little unsettling. Scientists have discovered that your gut doesn't just influence your emotions, it can actually shape them. That's right, the state of your gut microbiome can determine whether you feel calm or anxious, joyful or low. Let's start with a simple fact. Nearly 95% of your body's serotonin, the chemical that helps regulate mood, sleep, and happiness, is produced not in your brain, but in your gut. So when your gut microbiome falls out of balance, too much bad bacteria, not enough good, your second brain struggles to make the chemicals that keep you feeling emotionally stable. This imbalance is so powerful that researchers have linked it to conditions like anxiety, depression, and even stress-related insomnia. For instance, people who suffer from irritable bowel syndrome (IBS), a gut disorder, are twice as likely to experience anxiety or depression. It's not just in their head. Their gut and brain are literally talking, but in distress signals. One famous study showed something remarkable. Scientists took gut bacteria from anxious mice and transplanted it into calm mice. Within days, the calm mice began to show anxious behaviors, avoiding open spaces, trembling, hiding. Then, they did the reverse. Healthy bacteria from calm mice were given to anxious ones, and their behavior improved. It's like flipping a switch, but the switch is in your gut. And this doesn't just happen in labs. Take the story of Megan, a young woman who struggled with chronic anxiety for years. She tried therapy, breathing techniques, even medication, but something still felt off. When her doctor suggested a gut-focused approach, more fiber, probiotic foods, less sugar, she was skeptical. But within months, her energy improved, her digestion calmed down, and for the first time in years, she said, "I finally feel like myself again." This isn't a miracle story, it's biology catching up with awareness. Because when your gut is inflamed, your brain suffers. But when your gut thrives, your mind begins to heal too. So the next time you're feeling emotionally drained or anxious, don't just look to your mind for answers, look to your gut. Your second brain might be asking for help. So, how can you take care of this incredible, second brain, living inside your gut? It's not about expensive supplements or trendy detox teas. It's about building daily habits that keep your gut and your mind in perfect harmony. First, feed your gut the right fuel. Your gut thrives on fiber-rich foods like fruits, vegetables, beans, and whole grains. These act as prebiotics, natural food for the good bacteria in your intestines. And don't forget probiotics, found in yogurt, kefir, kimchi, or sauerkraut. They help restore the balance of bacteria, strengthen your immune system, and even boost your mood. Second, cut down on sugar and ultra-processed foods. These foods may taste good in the moment, but they wreak havoc on your gut microbiome. Too much sugar can feed harmful bacteria, leading to inflammation and emotional instability. When your gut is inflamed, your brain feels it too. You become more anxious, tired, and unfocused. Third, move your body. Exercise doesn't just tone your muscles, it strengthens communication between your brain and your gut. Even a 30-minute walk can stimulate gut activity and release endorphins that make you feel good. Think of it as sending both your brains, the one in your head and the one in your belly, a love letter through movement. Fourth, get enough sleep. During deep rest, your body resets your gut rhythms, repairs intestinal cells, and balances hormones. If you constantly cut your sleep short, your gut bacteria lose balance, and so does your mood. Sleep is your natural gut reset button. And finally, manage stress. When you're constantly tense, your brain sends distress signals to your gut, causing cramps, nausea, or that heavy knot in your stomach. Practices like meditation, slow breathing, or even mindful journaling can calm your nervous system and restore gut peace. It's like tuning both brains to the same frequency. When you take care of your gut, you're not just improving digestion, you're reshaping your entire emotional world. Because your gut doesn't just process food, it processes feelings. Remember, when you nourish your gut, you're actually nourishing your mind. Let's go back to the man we met at the beginning. He's standing backstage, palms sweating, heart pounding, and that all too familiar pain twisting in his gut. For years, he blamed his stomach, thinking it was weak, sensitive, unpredictable. But the truth was, his gut wasn't broken. It was trying to talk to him. After learning about the gut-brain connection, he decided to make small changes. He swapped coffee for green tea, started eating more whole foods, and added a morning walk into his routine. He practiced deep breathing before big meetings. Week by week, something changed. The pain faded. His focus sharpened, and when the next big presentation came, his gut felt calm, steady, like an anchor instead of a storm. As he stepped on stage, he didn't just speak from his mind. He spoke from his center, his whole self. That day, he realized something profound. Your gut is not just a digestive organ, it's your silent partner, guiding you through every emotion, every challenge, every decision. Think about it. When you've ever said, "I feel it in my gut," what you're really saying is that your second brain has already made the call, long before logic catches up. It's not magic. It's biology. It's evolution's way of keeping you alive, balanced, and connected to your inner truth. Your gut is more than a tube, it's a teacher. It reminds you to slow down, to breathe, to trust that the signals inside your body are there for a reason. So the next time you're faced with doubt or fear, pause for a moment and listen. Because sometimes your gut knows the truth before your head can even think it. And maybe, just maybe, that's the smartest voice you'll ever hear. So, what have we learned? Your gut isn't just a place where food is digested. It's a command center, a second brain, quietly influencing how you think, feel, and even who you become. Deep inside your abdomen lies a network of over 100 million neurons, communicating, reacting, and guiding your emotions every single day. Every time you've had butterflies before a date, felt sick from anxiety, or trusted your gut when logic said otherwise, that was your second brain in action. It's been with you all along, protecting you, signaling you, helping you navigate a complex world. And here's the best part. You have the power to shape it. Every bite you take, every night of good sleep, every breath of calm, and every step outside, it all sends messages to your gut, telling it how to talk to your brain. Nourish it, and it will return the favor. So the next time you feel off balance, mentally or emotionally, don't just look to your thoughts. Look inward, deeper. Ask yourself, what is my gut trying to tell me? Because sometimes, clarity doesn't come from overthinking, it comes from listening. Listening to the quiet wisdom that's been inside you all along. And remember this. The next time you say, I have a gut feeling, pause for a moment and smile. Because that's not superstition. That's your second brain talking. The one that knows you better than you think. So take care of it. Feed it well. Treat it kindly. Because when your gut is happy, your whole life feels in sync.